Hello and welcome back to my small little library. If you can hear the dog in the background, he's playing currently. I can't really stop him. Also, I'm kind of crooked. But yeah, he's playing in my reading room, so yeah, we can't... I don't want to take his toys away, you know, so he might make some noise. But let's talk about today's video. I kind of wanted to do a reading plans video again because I kind of want to try to hold myself a little bit more accountable for getting my TBR down. I actually really shot myself in the foot when I bought the 18K Rice box. My god. I'm really sorry, the camera just doesn't want to stay even. But yeah, I kind of ruined my plans to get to 200 this year a little bit. I'm at 258 right now, so I have to read 85 books, physical books from my TBR till the end of the year. So I'm trying to do reading plans again, so here we are. These are the books I would ideally like to read in the next month, and hopefully we can all hold myself accountable for that. And sorry, the dog wanted to see the camera. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to read these and hopefully I will like them. That would also be great. So yeah, so great. Okay, so the first one I want to read is because I actually get quite a few of his books, but I haven't read anything of him yet, and that is John Grisham. The Guardians is the one I chose to start with. It's, I think, based on a true story, or it is a true story. But yeah, it's pretty much about this project that helps inmates that say that they are wrongfully convicted to get their cases worked on again to prove that they are innocent, and there's somebody in jail who is innocent and they try to help him, and yeah, the book is pretty much about that, and somebody doesn't want them to come out, so there are some, I think, lawyers dying. But yeah, so we'll see how that is. I haven't read anything from John Grisham. They are pretty much like courtroom thrillers, I think, as that is pretty much the impression that I got. But yeah, I own, I think, 5 or 6 that I amassed over the years, so I do need to start and read them, and yeah, I thought this might be a good start because it's a newer one. Then, because I do love me a good thriller, I'm trying to read Still Life by Joy Fielding, just as, you know, a random book. It's the only one I owned by her. It's one of those used ones I got in a box. This is a thriller about a woman being locked into her body and she can hear everything, but the people don't know that. Like, you know, one of those cases. And yeah, something goes wrong. And yeah, I'm excited to see if it is good because I'm afraid that it could be boring because our character obviously is in the same place the whole time. So we see how that goes. And then I will do another try at Cage of Souls by Adrian Tchaikovsky. It's actually the only Tchaikovsky really, except for Eyes of Void, which I still need to read, but that is another case. But yeah, it's the only book by him I put on pause. I read, I think, maybe like 100 pages of it. It's quite big. But yeah, it's pretty much a sci-fi story, and oh god, it's a really weird story, which is why I DNF, like I didn't DNF it, but which is why I put it away the first time around. But there's just somebody we follow who gets put into a prison, and it's like a floating prison, and yeah, I don't really know what happens then, you know. It doesn't really say on the back. So yeah, but it's called Cage of Souls. So we'll see. Maybe I will get through it this time, or I will DNF it, because I give books way too many chances and I need to stop that. So this year will probably be the year of the DNFs. Then I'm currently reading part 2, so part 3 will be on my TBR for the next month, and that is The Bands of Mourning, the third part of the second Mistborn trilogy. I am not the biggest fan right now. I don't think it's a bad trilogy. I think it's about me not liking the whole steampunk theme. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I like the first part enough to continue with the series, but I didn't love it. So yeah, I'm currently reading part 2 and then part 3 next month, hopefully. Then, because I bought so many of them, we have 3 Kathy Rice books on my TBR for the next month. These are all in order, the Temperance Balance series by her. And so the next, I'm currently reading Break No Bone. And then the next one is Bone to Ashes, 206 Bones, and then Spider Bones. These are the next ones in the series. So hopefully I will get all 3 done. But I'm pretty sure I will, because I love the series and I do make my way through them quite well, because they are quite entertaining and they are good reads with good flow, so they read actually quite quickly, even though they aren't the smallest books. And then we have 2 fantasy books left. I haven't read much fantasy this year, which is probably a reason because I kind of overread on fantasy, and then I didn't have a lot of fantasy that I wanted to read, and yeah, I kind of lost my way a little bit when it comes to fantasy. So I'm trying to get back into it with the fantasy books that I have on my TBR, and so one is one that I have on my TBR for a really long time now, so I do need to read it, and I'm currently waiting on the audiobook, but that should come in like a week or 2, so that should fit perfectly into next month. And that is The Prison Healer, where our main character is in like a prison, and then the queen or something gets thrown in there with her and she's helping her. I don't know. I don't really know much about the book. It's a BookBox Books. It's actually a fairy loot book, and I don't get my fairy loot for quite some time now, so yeah. It is sitting on my shelves for quite a long time, and I do want to know if I like it. Sadly, I don't have the best track records with the fairy loot books, especially like the Illumicrate are a little bit better, but the fairy loots I didn't have a good track record with, so I am afraid that I won't like it. Let's just be honest. It's a big realistic thing. I don't feel like I'm the best person for more modern fantasy or like like YA, which is a lot of what this is, because there's so much of a focus on romance in them. So yeah, I don't know if there is a romance in here. Maybe I'm lucky and there isn't. I do know that this is a trilogy, but obviously I don't own the other ones because I have never read this one, and there's no sense in buying the other ones if I don't know if I like this one. But even if I like this one, I probably won't buy the other ones because I have so many other books on my TBR, so it doesn't really make sense to buy them. But yeah, and then the next one that I desperately need to read is The Crooked Kingdom. I have this really, really nice edition. Yeah, it was on my TBR so many times now, but I never got to it, so yeah, I really need to get to it. I really like the first one in this duology, so hopefully I will also like the second one. But yeah, who knows? Which is kind of funny now that I'm realizing that I said I kind of don't love the whole steampunky thing. I actually think this is also kind of steampunky. We have like shooting weapons in here as well, and it's still fantasy, so I don't know. This one, the first one, I like better than the second Mistborn trilogy, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because the world changed so much in the Mistborn books. But yeah, this one is the second one in the duology, so I can't really tell you much about the story. I don't know much myself, but I do know that at the end of the first book, somebody got kidnapped, and I'm pretty sure the second book will handle getting the person back. So that might be what is happening. But yeah, we'll see. I just know that I really want to have this pretty edition in the right bookshelf and not on the TBR shelf anymore. So hopefully I will get to it. So yeah, those are the plans, obviously without the audiobooks, because audiobooks I just choose on a whim when I need a new one. But I do have a few on my waitlist now, where I'm on the waitlist for the audiobook at my library. So we'll see if I will get some of those. I do have the third Lord of the Rings part on there, so that might also be a contender. But that could also be in 3 months a contender, because I tend to wait a long time for that book, because Andy Serkis does a great job. And then obviously the Prison Healer, as I said, and then I do have, I think, 1 or 2 more that I have on my shelves, but not on my current TBR. So if I do get those audiobooks earlier than projected, I might have to switch around a little bit of the TBR. But these books are my wish that I will read them next month. If I can do that, I would be really, really happy. Also, I do have 2 weeks vacation next month, so it might be a possibility that I will actually do it because I have more time for reading. Not like at the moment where I had a lot of work to do and yeah, also a lot of great gaming to do, so my reading is a little bit suffering this week, if I'm honest. But yeah, that is kind of where I'm at with what I want to read, so hopefully I will get to it, and then you will get a few review videos to see if maybe if you haven't read those books yet, which you probably won't. I mean, there's so many books out there. I don't get how people can read all of them, you know. So yeah, we'll see. If I get all of these done, I will have my TBR 9 physical books down, which would be amazing. So let's hope for that. Thank you for watching the video, and yeah, leave your book plans in the comments down below. Maybe you also have some other books that I want to read and can remind me that I own those books. But yeah, I would like to know what you are currently reading. So yeah, thank you for being here, for watching, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Bye bye.